Hello everyone. Our today topic is template. So my first question is, what is template? Template is a feature, or we can say the key feature of C++, which provide us the generalized structure in program. The generalized structure always refer the word generic, which defined as a key concept of object oriented language and allow us to use the predefined content of the program in a general mode. It means we can use any type of predefined data type for the general purpose. Template allow us for the utilization of different data type in a single program directly without the help of any other key feature. But always remember one thing, template was introduced by ANSI C++, so we cannot execute the program of template with the old compiler. Template explain the behavior of different features or the predefined objects of your program in a general way. That's why it defined, or we can say it explain the characteristics of generic. It works with two different environment. The first is with function and the second one is with class. When it works with the function is defined as a function template, and when it works with the class it is defined as a class template. So because of the both template provide us the both kind of environment, we can use it with the feature of overloading as well as the with the as well as with constructor also. My next question is, what is the necessity of template and why we use it in the program? Well, as we know, uh, to define the variable in the program, we always need to explain or use the concept of predefined data type. Without data declaration of variable with the data type, we can't use them for execution, or we can't get our output. Template allow us to use the data type uh, at runtime, or we can say we can put the value of the variable directly without uh, the different declaration of those data type. That's why template provide us the basic feature for us where we can ignore the multiple declaration of variable with data type. So we can say it process any type of data for us. Using template, it allow us for a single function or a class which work with a different type of data using different data types. Uh, we can include the float and double type of data type with the concept of template. So due to this feature, it automatically decrease the complexity of the program and also provide a better flexibility in the program uh, after overcome the limitation of the overloading function and the declaration of different data type simultaneously in a program. So this is the program. Uh, Here we have a function named greatest. This is the definition of the function uh, where we have two different value in an integer form, and we compare the value a and b together. And if the value of a is greatest, it returns the value of a is greatest. Otherwise, it returns the value of b is greatest. Now call the call the main function. In that case, I have to be call the greatest function here. Greatest. Just ignore the declaration of the function and put the value, constant value instead of the variable. Now use get ch and close your main. Save the function with a new name. Look, uh, this is the turbo c folder, and I just saved the file on the turbo c because my editor is turbo c right now. So use creat.cpp to save the file. Now open your saved file. So this is the program. Let's check the program first. Here we have three errors. What is the error? Well, I have to be close the greatest function first. Now again, it returns the greatest number 9, which is the value of y. Now suppose we take another function, another value with the same function as like 9, 7, again 9.9 and 8.7. This is the float value, and by default we take the value of the greatest function in int type. So it compared the value between 9 and 8. It just ignored the value 0.9 and 0.7 here. Just take another example as greatest, again 9 point sorry 9.9 comma 9.5. Okay, so here we can see 9.9 is greatest from 9.5, so I have to check the result. It returns 9, 9, 9 and again 9. Let's check the result first. One error. What's the error? Oh, semicolon is missing here. Look, it returns 9, 9, 9, 9 and 9. So here we can see that there is no any differences or comparison it displayed between the 9.7 and 9.9 and 9.5 here, and return the default result, that is 9. So here we can see this is a kind of logical error uh, where compiler is unable to find the differences between 9.9 and 9.5 and 9.9 and 8.7. So remove this kind of error, we can use the concept of template. Uh, Always remember one thing, template is a keyword, so it always follow each and every rule of the keyword. Again, it always declared as a global content, not as a local. So we cannot declare it inside the class or inside the function. Use template followed by angle bracket, then use the keyword class and then the name of your placeholder. Suppose the name of the placeholder follows each and every rule of your variable, so we have to be careful of the name of the variable. We cannot sorry, name of the placeholder, we cannot repeat it when we declared it in as a placeholder in the variable name. Now what we have to, now here we have to be use placeholder instead of x, name of the placeholder instead of int, and again x instead of int. So it just generate a general view for every data type. uh, and if we now if we call it again, let's use the clear script function first. Look, the first greatest number is 9, and the second greatest number is again 9, the third greatest number is 9.9. So we can see the difference between uh, the 9.9 and 8.7, and again the 9.9 and 9.5. So it just overcome each and every limitation of the data type which actually we faced at the time of coding, and it provide us the flexibility at the time of execution of our program. So after the, when we use the template with the function is defined as a function template, as we have discussed earlier. Now the what is class template? Well, as like the function template, we can use the class template uh, in a similar format. When we use the class template, it works for object instead of the variables. So let's check how it works for with the class, or how we can use the template in the class with an example. So this is the program. Here we have a placeholder t and a class name temp with two data members, that is a and b, and two member function, that is input and p. The type of the argument passed inside the input is declared by the template placeholder t itself. Now just call the data. We need to be make the screen clear. Okay, here we call the int type of variable with the input using int with the object t, and again float, we call the float data type with another object, that is t1. Sorry. So if we run this program, it returns 17 and 15, which is the value of returned by t object and t1 object separately. So here we can see when uh, we use the template with the object, it just convert your variables or the data members value according to the declared data type. Here we declared the int variable, so the value inputted by the input function is in the int category, and again here the value is in the float, so the declared value of input function using t1 object is in the float type. So it returns the value sum of 8 and 9, and again it returns the sum of 8.9 and the 7.9. But here we can see it returns the value in when we run the program, it returns the value in the integer type, not in the float type. So here we have to be change the type for the variable, that is ta. The t is the return type of, sorry, t is the declaration type of the variable whatever we want to use in the program. Now again when we run it, it returns the accurate value calculated by the object t and returned by the input function of using the object t and again the t1. So here we can see how we use that function template and the class template in the program. Now the next topic of template is how we work with the operator overloading in template, or how template work with the operator overloading concept. So let's check how it works with the operator overloading concept. My first question is, what is overloading? Operator overloading is a term where we can use the operator with the predefined as well as the user defined type of data. Because as we know, compiler only identify the behavior of predefined contents because the contents are already saved with the compiler. But if we talk about user defined content, compiler does does not provide us the facility to interfere with the user defined content, or we cannot allow from the side of compiler to invoke directly with the user defined content. To overcome of this problem, we can use the concept of operator overloading, through which we can easily implement the concept of operators with our user defined data. So here template also provide us the facility to use or invoke the content or the data declared by user with the operators. So in operator overloading, template is also useful in the program when we work with the operator overloading function. Let's check the operator overloading function first. So this is the program of overloading. Now we can use the template in the operator overloading. So just use the template keyword followed by the class and the placeholder name. Uh, Here we use t for variable or the data member of OP class, and again for the input function. Let's check the program. It returns 5 errors, so let's check the error first. Look, for template we have to be use the data type. Suppose we take the int for the objects, that is p1, p2 and p3. Again it returns the value 17, where the p hold the value by the input function 8, and again p1 hold the value 9 by the with the help of input function of the class member, and p3 returns the sum of p and p1, which are the user defined variable, or we can say the type of p and p1 are completely depend on the user format, not on the predefined format of the compiler. So when you run the program, it returns the result after adding 8 and 9 together, which is the value of in both input function called by p and p1. So here we can see the operator overloading also work with the with template to return the result. If we want to get the value in float, we have to be change the value as a float in each and every area where uh, uh, we declared the template t. So here we have to be use the float, and again we need to be check the value. So after using float, we need to be use the value in the float. and when you run your program, it again returns the value in the float. So here we can see the template directly change the value of the data type without any prior information, and provide us the flexibility in the program so that we can easily invoke any type of data in the program here. So here we can see this is the topic of template which actually work with the overloading with the class and with the function also. Thank you.